Hello, this is Alex from phpacademy.org, and in this video that I've created for the new Boston, I'm going to be talking about the PHP switch statement. Now, you might have already looked at if and if-else statements, and with incorporating an else-if to do multiple checks. But what if you've got a lot of numbers or a lot of strings to check, or something you need to check in a long list? For this we use the switch. It's basically a better, cleaner and faster way of using an if, else if, and then an else. So the syntax for this is switch. In here we need simply a variable reference. So if up here we were to create number equals let's say 1, we need to switch this number, and now we create a block here which is going to have a lot of content inside of it. We're basically evaluating this number, and we don't evaluate inside here. Like, I couldn't say number equals 1, for example. I would evaluate inside here, and we do this with the case keyword, and we use case and then we say what we want it to equal to. So case 1, I want to maybe echo 1. Let's just indent this slightly so we can see what we're doing. And then we end it with break, and we end with a semicolon. So this is the basic structure. Let me just create another one so you can get an idea of what we're doing. Okay, so hopefully by now you've got an idea of the syntax. This is basically how it looks. What is this program essentially doing? Now let me just go down and create a case 3, and then we can just demonstrate what this might be useful for. So let's tab over. So what we've essentially done here is we've created a mini program to convert this number that's entered here into string data. So instead of writing if number equals 1 then echo 1, else if number equals 2 echo 2, else if number equals 3 echo 3, end it else, and we can blah blah blah, and it just gets a lot more confusing. This is a really easy way to view. Yep, case 1 we echo 1, case 2 we echo 2, case 3 we echo 3, and this is basically what our number evaluates to. So we could in fact change this to string data. This could be text here, and exactly the same here. It could correspond to string data here. We'll look at an example of that in just a moment, but for now my little mini program is going to convert the numbers, the integers. Remember, we're not using this as string, this is a number in itself. We're converting that to the corresponding text. So now what we can do is just run the program. Let's press refresh, and you can see that it's outputted 1. Now if we change this number up here to 2, you can see that we're going to say case, yes it does equal 2, therefore echo 2. So let's refresh, that says 2, and the same with number 3, so let's just test that, and that says 3. Now what happens if we change this to something like 4? We don't have a case to handle this being equal to 4, so what happens? You probably guessed, nothing happens. So we need some way of writing here what's going to happen if there's no case to handle the input that that is coming into this switch statement. So we use the keyword default, and we use a break as well. But in here we can echo out. Let's just pull that in a bit. Echo out. Let's say number not found. Okay. So by default, let's say for example the number is 4 as we have it at the moment. The default action would be to echo not found, number not found. So if we refresh, it says number not found. The same as if we were to come up and change this to -10, for example, it's going to do exactly the same thing, and we maintain echoing out this number not found thing. Okay, so there's a different way that we can structure this. I'm just going to take out the default for now. Let's just get rid of everything in here as well, and we're going to basically start with this completely different concept. I'm going to say day equals, and at the moment I'm going to set this to say Monday. Now, inside my switch statement, remember to change this as well. Inside my switch statement, I basically want a little program that's going to tell me if this day is a weekend or if it's a weekday. So, or if, you know, I mean, if it is a weekend, we could say day equals Alex, and that would not be a weekend because there isn't a weekend day called Alex. So, to do this, I'm basically going to say case. And remember I said we can deal with string data as well. Case Saturday, and then underneath, in fact that's a colon, not a semicolon. Underneath, I'm going to say case. I'm not even breaking. I'm just saying case Sunday. Okay. Then I'm going to break, and in here I'm going to write my output. So it's a weekend. Now, an interesting point here, you can see that this bit's turned black. That's because I'm using a single quotation mark within single quotation marks. I'm going to use my backslash character to escape that. Now, this program is basically saying we're setting a date at the moment. It's Monday. If this variable here, remember we're switching it in here. If this equals Saturday or it equals Sunday, echoing it's a weekend. Otherwise, let's just pull that in a bit more. Echo not a weekend. So let's test this program. Monday should produce us with the result not a weekend. Let's refresh. Not a weekend. Now let's change this to Saturday, and we can refresh. And you can see it's a weekend. So this is a really good way to compare multiple things at once and then give an output for that. And then you can always use your default if data that's being read into this switch statement can't be recognized as one of the cases. So that's basically switch statements in PHP.